Sweden hand a 3-goals-to-nil defeat to Mexico as the Swedes qualify into the knockouts after topping Group F. Mexico also go into the knockouts after South Korea stage an upset by defeating Germany 2-0 in their last match of FIFA World Cup 2018. Germany became the fourth defending champion in the last 5 tournaments to be eliminated in the group stage. The 4-time champions conceded a pair of injury-time goals while knowing a 1-0 victory would have been enough to advance because of the result in Sweden vs Mexico match. El Tri were a bit off color as Sweden looked dangerous in a match played out evenly between the two teams. Mexico survived a scare as a Germany win would have sent them out of Russia. Mexico will face the Group E winner on July 2 at the Samara Stadium, while Sweden will face the Group E runners-up on July 3 at St. Petersburg. Second-half goals from defenders Ludwig Augustinsson and Andreas Gramquist, from the penalty spot, plus a comical lone goal saw Sweden win 3-0 after a physical display from them, who made it to Russia by beating Italy in the playoffs. Both the teams were ragged throughout the playtime and will next play whichever two teams emerge out of Brazil, Switzerland and Serbia in Group E, which concludes later on Wednesday. Mexico came into the game at the Yekaterinburg Arena in the driving seat of a group where all 4 teams, including South Korea, had a chance to qualify, but they appeared more nervous halfway down the line. It took them less than 15 seconds to make their mark on Sweden, Jesus Gallardo earning the fastest yellow card of World Cup after clattering into Ola Toivonen almost straight from kickoff. Goalkeeper Guillermo Ochoa handled outside the box and then flapped at the resulting free kick. On 12 minutes Marcus Berg clipped wide from close range with a bicycle kick. On the quarter-hour mark, Mexico, who had the overwhelming support inside the stadium, should have taken the lead when Carlos Vela found himself in space on the edge of the box. His bending left footer shaved the post, catapulting a few sombreros off the heads of Mexico fans as they expectantly sprang to their feet. They were up again on 30 minutes when referee Nestor Pitana of Argentina took a look at a video replay when the ball hit Mexico striker Javier Hernandez on the arm in the box. After lingering at the pitch side monitor, then going back for a second glance, Pitana ruled it no penalty. The Mexicans celebrated as if they had scored a goal. The Swedish players and coach Janne Andersson were furious, and understandably, Hernandez appeared to move his arm towards the ball. Sweden, with their greater physicality, were on top, but Mexico were dangerous on the break. At the interval, with the game also goalless in Kazan, Mexico and Germany were going through. Sweden badly needed a goal in 5 minutes. After halftime they deservedly got it, defender Augustinsson popping up from left back to volley in. There was more drama on the hour, as Hector Moreno brought down Berg in the box and skipper Granqvist held his nerve in front of the massed ranks of Mexicans to bury his penalty. Plastic beer cups rained down, before Mexico defender Edson Alvarez compounded a miserable evening with a 74th minute own goal when he miskicked past Ochoa. That left Mexico in a perilous position, as a late German winner would have sent the Central Americans crashing out, but 2 injury-time South Korean goals in Kazan ensured Juan Carlos Osario's men edged through as runners-up. Mexico will need to pick themselves up quickly if they are to go beyond the last 16 for the first time since 1986 and end a run of 6 consecutive second-round defeats. Here are the live updates. Min 94, final whistle. Denmark reached the knockout stages with a comfortable win as Mexico waits for the Germany vs South Korea result in order to get their ticket to knockouts. Min 88, Lustig is booked by the referee after a rash foul on Lozano. Mexico wins a free kick on the edge of the Mexico box. Min 85, Lyon, Mexico, is booked by the referee. Min 80, Albin Ekdal, in, comes off for Oscar Hiljemark, out. Sweden. Min 75, Jesus Corona, in, comes in for Andres Guardado, out. Mexico. Min 74, Mexico concedes another through an own goal from their right-back Alvarez. Sweden is on a roll with 3 goals. Min 68, Kistelen, in, comes off the bench to replace Berg, out. Sweden. Min 65, M. Fabian, in, comes off the bench to replace Jay Gallardo. Out, Mexico. Min 60, goal. Berge, Sweden, is fouled inside the box by H. Moreno, Mexico. A penalty is awarded to Sweden. Hector Moreno gets a yellow. Granqvist scores from the spot. They seem to be on their way to Group 16. If the scoreline remains the same, Germany will be on their way home as their match against South Korea stays goalless. Min 50, goal. Sweden's left-back Ludwig Augustinsson scores his first ever goal for his country, rampaging up the field to volley home from a tight angle after connecting with Victor Claesson's cross from the right. Halftime report: a goalless but entertaining half came to an end as both Mexico and Sweden failed to find the back of the net despite some genuine chances in both the ends. Meanwhile, in Kazan, a boring and lackluster Germany failed to score against South Korea. The Asian side also created some chances for themselves but failed to take the much-needed lead against the World Cup champions. Mexico controlled 64% possession but Sweden looked more dangerous with their attacks, as Ochoa somehow managed to keep the scoreline goalless. Carlos Vela, on the other hand, has missed 3 brilliant chances for Mexico, and the Mexicans need to convert those chances in order to secure their spot in the knockouts. Min 45, it has been a fiery end-to-end encounter so far. Granqvist cuts off Lozano as Gallardo blasts a square ball across the face of the Swedish goal and injures himself in the process. The encounter is getting physical with both the sides trying to break the deadlock. Min 38, Carlos Vela sees his shot sail over the bar. Mexico's players weaved a beautiful play into the attacking threat of Sweden, but the deadlock stays. Min 29, the resulting corner is fumbled up by the Mexico defense and a Sweden shot is frantically saved by Ochoa for a corner. Min 28, play is stopped after the referee has called for VAR consulting to check a potential handball by Javier Hernandez in the Mexico box. The penalty shot was cancelled and corner given to Sweden. Min 26, Larsson of Sweden is booked due to a half-baked foul on Lozano. Min 25, a dangerous Sweden cross comes floating from the left flank but is saved by Ochoa before the Swedes could head it in. Min 20, although Mexico control maximum possession, Sweden look more dangerous on the attacks. Except for a few instances, Mexico is struggling to get a foothold on the attacking third. Min 16, a genuine chance for Mexico. Carlos Vela's shot goes just wide of the left post. Trivia: Jesus Gallardo's yellow card after 13 seconds is the fastest yellow ever shown in World Cup history. Min 8, Sweden has started the game on the right foot, pressing the play from early on. The Swedes have missed a good opportunity when they won a free kick on the edge of the box. Min 1, inside 13 seconds, Jesus Gallardo, Mexico, is booked for a lunging foul on Toivonen kickoff. Mexico vs. Sweden lineups: Mexico: Ochoa, Alvarez, Salcedo, Moreno, Gallardo, Layun, Guardado, Herrera, Vela, Lozano, Hernandez. Subs: Jose de Jesus Corona, Ayala, Marquez, Gutierrez, Jonathan, Fabian, Jimenez, Giovanni, Jesus Corona, Peralta, Aquino, Talavera. Sweden: Olsen, Lustig, Lindelof, Granqvist, Augustinsson, Claesson, Larsson, Ekdal, Forsberg, Berge, Toivonen. Subs: Johnson, Olsen, Guidetti, Svensson, Helander, Hiljemark, Kraft, Janssen, Rodin, Dermes, Thelen, Nordfeldt. Referee: Nestor Pitana. Argentina, Mexico vs. Sweden. Match preview: Mexico have been one of the biggest attractions of this World Cup. They started their campaign in spectacular fashion, stunning defending champions Germany 1-0. A 2-1 win against South Korea in their next match strengthened their position at the top of the group. A draw will see them make sure of a berth in the next round and cement their status as group winners. Star striker Javier Hernandez became the first to score 50 goals in a Mexican jersey when he struck against South Korea, his 104th international appearance. But the West Ham United star is not in a mood to celebrate that goal too much and is only focused on Wednesday's match. It meant only 3 points, and it wasn't even enough to secure our ticket. It was good to achieve the record, but also because it was a distraction. Now I can focus on the most important thing, helping the team reach the round of 16, Hernandez was quoted as saying by FIFA.com. Mexico must play counter-attacking football and can switch from the 3-4-3 to the 4-3-3 formation according to the situation. Sweden, however, will not be a walkover. The team from Northern Europe have a strong defense and are well organized in midfield. They gave the formidable Germans a tough time before Jimmy Durmaz conceded the foul that allowed Toni Kroos to score a dramatic late winner for the defending champions. That denied the Swedes a chance to cement the second spot in the group. They will have to gather themselves once again for what should be yet another difficult contest. Sweden must win in order to make sure of a second-round spot. In case of a draw or loss, their chances will depend on whether South Korea manage to beat Germany in the other Group F match. That will be a difficult task for Sweden, as they are primarily a defense-minded team dependent on counter-attacks. The Mexicans are also adept at counter-attacks, and the Europeans will have to be cautious. We showed that we can match the reigning champions almost all the way to the end, and that strengthens the self-confidence. We will go into the match with a strong belief that we again can make a top performance. Mentally we are very strong and with a belief in what we do, Sweden manager Jana Andersson was quoted as saying by FIFA.com. When and where to watch: Mexico vs Sweden and South Korea vs Germany. Time, 7:30 p.m. East. In today's Group F match, Mexico vs Sweden will take place in Yekaterinburg Arena. Meanwhile, the second match of Group F, South Korea vs Germany, will be played in Kazan Arena on Wednesday, June 27, 2018 at 7:30 p.m. East. Mexico vs Sweden and South Korea vs Germany matches will be broadcast on Sony 10.2, Sony 10.2 HD, Sony 6 and Sony 6 HD in English commentary, and Sony 10.3 and Sony 3 HD in Hindi commentary. Mexico vs Sweden and South Korea vs Germany matches will be available for live streaming on Sony Live also. And both Airtel and Jio would broadcast the FIFA World Cup 2018 matches for free to their respective subscribers. Mexico vs Sweden. Watch out for Javier Hernandez. The West Ham striker scored his 50th international goal in the win against South Korea, and Hernandez is likely to lead the attack again. The young trickster will be relishing the test against a slow and cumbersome Sweden backline. Mexico vs Sweden predicted lineups: Mexico predicted team: Ochoa, Gallardo, Moreno, Ayala, Salcedo, Guardado, Herrera, Lozano, Vila, Layun. Hernandez. Sweden predicted team: Olsen, Lustig, Lindelof, Granqvist, Augustinsson, Claesson, Larsson, Ekdal, Forsberg, Toivonen, Berg.